Hi there. You don't ignore purpose by accident. You build a life that makes it impossible to hear. Let me explain. Most people don't reject purpose. They delay it. They postpone it. They negotiate with it until life forces them to face it. You don't care about purpose when life is comfortable. You care when everything starts collapsing. And by then, it could be too late. I'm Christian Sisson, founder of NEWMEFY.com, an online space where you discover your purpose, become the new you, and start a new life. And I've rebuilt myself many times coming out of depression, addictions, and absolute collapse. And in the process, I've cracked the code of purpose. This is what you're going to find at this YouTube channel. Keep watching. Here's the real problem. You've trained yourself to ignore purpose until pain forces you to care. You're too comfortable. And comfort has rules. Yes, it does. It delays anything that feels heavy. It rewards distraction over obedience. It makes later feels reasonable. So purpose becomes too big, too vague, too demanding, too confronting, or too spiritual to care. So you push it again and again and again until life pulls the rug from under your feet. Then suddenly you're asking God for answers. Yeah, how convenient. Purpose was never meant to be something you look for in a crisis. It was meant to be what you build your life on before the crisis. You don't install solid foundations during an earthquake. It doesn't make any sense, right? But that's precisely what most people do. And when it doesn't work, they assume purpose doesn't work. That's not the issue. The issue is you showed up too late. You don't ignore purpose randomly. You structure your life to avoid it because comfort trained you well. It taught you to delay what matters and focus on what's easy. So this is what your life starts to look like. You wake up without direction. You chase tasks instead of assignment. You scroll instead of seek. You optimize your income, but ignore your calling. You avoid silence because silence exposes you. And then you hide behind, I'm busy. No, that's BS. Be honest. You're not busy. You're avoiding. And here's the cost. You spend years building something you will abandon. You pour energy into a life that doesn't fit. You make decisions from fear and control, not alignment. Until one day, you burn out and crash. You look at your life and realize you became someone you don't even respect. And the worst part is this. You come face to face with who you were meant to be when it's already too late. So old me, NEWMEFY, I would say the old me structures life around comfort, making purpose optional. A luxury for spiritualized people, filling days with noise and distraction and only looking for purpose when life crumbles like a freaking crouton. Avoiding the only question that matters. Why am I here? But the new me knows everything in life is downstream of purpose. So the new me structures life around it, creates a space to hear it, faces the hard questions early, submits before pressure forces it. NEWMEFY is the playbook for setting up your life in such a way that discovering your purpose, developing yourself for it, and deploying it becomes inevitable. If something new knows you're not living the life you were born for because you've been avoiding your purpose until pain forces you to face it, keep watching. These teachings will pull you out of your old self into the new you on purpose. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment with your takeaway. Till the next video. Signing off.